It's bonkers. Oh, it's so good. So good, guys. I love Christmas.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas, a fantastic Christmas full of cheer and love and joy and everything else. And what's more, I hope you had a better Christmas than poor old Sullivans did. Yes, Zoe and Ben apparently had a terrible time, but this is your time to have a little bit look back through their little Christmas special. Starting off, a few days before Christmas, it was announced that they were going to go out for Christmas dinner instead of cooking at home. Zoe was being a bit lazy.
Right, that's Asda done. It's about 7:20 in the morning, and we've got everything, I think, that we need from Asda. I think. I'm a bit winging it today, to be honest. I do have a list, but I think because we're not eating at home on Christmas Day, it's kind of thrown me a little bit, because obviously I'm not buying all the Christmas Day stuff. We decided to go out for a few reasons, to be honest. One, because we don't actually have enough room to sit all around the table, and two, because as much as I like to cook on Christmas Day, it kind of takes up the majority of the day, and even though everybody helps with the washing up and all that sort of stuff, it takes up the best part of the day. And whilst that's enjoyable and everything else, I kind of miss that bit of time with the little ones, hence why this year we decided to go out.
As fabulous as it sounds to not have to do any cooking on Christmas Day, you know, going out for, what is it, 12 people? It doesn't sound cheap. Not gonna lie, it does not sound cheap. It sounds quite a hassle, if I'm being honest with you. But how come you now don't have enough room to sit around the Christmas dinner table at home when you've previously, you know, what happened to the table in your old house? Or have you downsized? Is this too small, this place for you now? Is it just too small? Anyway, they went on to Christmas Eve, and they had these fabulously designed Christmas pajama things for each of the family members.
Oh, don't they look ace?
Indeed they do look ace, Ben. Christmas with the Sullivans. It sounds very Little House on the Prairie like, for my likings, you know, or the Brady Bunch, something like that. Brady Bunch may sound a bit more, yeah. It's not for me, right, to have your name plastered on the, you know, in that context. It just feels very narcissistic or egotistic or something assistic, right? It does for me, not for me. I mean, the only people I ever see doing this are like YouTubers who want to be like, oh, look at me, you know. We had it with the Inghams, obviously, Christmas with the Inghams, and now we've got Christmas with the Sullivans. Yeah, it's as bad as it sounds. Then later on that day, they were putting out the nibbles for Santa and Rudolph, and it just blew my actual brain in half. Seriously, I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh, right, because it involves the kids, but like, what in God's name, right? Why?
Joe! Yay! Is that Santa's mince pie? Yeah. That is so cool. Okay, so have we got everything ready for Santa then?
Yeah.
Well done, Joseph. High five. He's going to love that mince pie.
Don't spill though. He's got a new flavour he's never tried it before.
Right, listen. You pour out some prime for Santa then.
Hold it.
And then it's going to be Bobo's, alright?
I never knew Santa gets prime.
Bobo's time.
I want to try some.
We're probably
Okay, listen, you little ones. Are you excited?
Oh yes, indeedy. They did in fact pour a glass of prime for Santa. None of this sherry or brandy or whatever, or milk. Okay, okay, sorry. In my house it was brandy. Other people it's milk. But I've never ever seen anybody pour a glass of prime for Santa. I'm not so sure that's the best thing for him. You know, maybe it'll keep him awake. I guess maybe that was their thinking of an evening whilst he's travelling around the world delivering his billions of presents. He does need to stay awake, so prime would probably do that for him. But Ben couldn't leave the end of the evening alone without showing off his fabulous t-shirt.
Noah's combed it. Look at me. Noah combed my hair.
Okay, guys, that's it.
I've got your hands.
The little ones have gone
This
upstairs.
one, the excitement's got too much for her.
Florence is going to have a bottle in a minute and she's going to go to bed. We have literally done all of the Sullivan family traditions today. We've been to the beach. Oh, bless her, bless her, bless her. Oh, we'll give her some milk in a minute. Bless her, she's tired, isn't she? So we've done all of the Sullivan family traditions today. We've been to the beach. We've even done cookies. That's a new one.
Well, we kind of went to the beach
Cookies.
and looked at the beach.
Yeah.
But we didn't actually get to go on it because
It's quite
it was
windy.
so windy.
It's quite windy.
The little ones were too cold, so Joseph can't cope when it's too windy. So maybe tomorrow we'll get that.
Yeah,
one.
maybe we will.
We did look at the beach.
Yeah. The sacks are done. Santa's stuff is done. The story's been read, Night Before Christmas, which I love doing every year. So that's been done. That's that it, isn't it? Is that it?
T-shirts.
Christmas t-shirts.
Looking dapper, Ben. Looking very dapper indeed. Now, yet another family who are so obsessed with Christmas Eve traditions that they have a list. We've got this done, we've done this, we've done this, we've done this, we've got this done. We haven't maybe done this as well as we could have done this, but we tried our best. It's like they've got a checklist, right, of things they need to do on Christmas Eve in order to have a traditional Christmas Eve for their family. Now, I'm all for Christmas traditions. I'm a very big traditionalist. However, I think that sometimes things just have to come as they go. You know, you have to listen to your kids, what they want to do on Christmas Eve. And, maybe they don't want to go for a walk to the beach on this particular day because it's fucking freezing, right? That sort of thing. Or maybe they want to watch a different movie to the one that you watched last year because maybe they didn't remember that they watched it last year because they were too young last year and this year they're a bit older. Things like that. I think that, traditions are good, but also with a little bit of flexibility for the people surrounding you, So we then moved on to Christmas morning, and it was a traditional Christmas morning. They got up at the crack of dawn, which is novel considering most YouTube families don't do this, but they waited around for the rest of their family to gather in suspense to see what Santa had brought them.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Christmas, Joseph. Merry Christmas, Agnes. Merry Christmas, Leonore.
For the girls.
Merry Christmas, Toby. Merry Christmas, Florence.
Merry Christmas.
Look at her go. Look. Merry Christmas, Zoe.
Merry Christmas.
We're just waiting for the girls, aren't we? Merry Christmas, Noah. The girls are coming. The girls are coming.
Island is chicken nuggets.
The girls are coming, aren't they?
Oh no, it's ice cream. There's even an
I can't believe Santa has blocked the doorway.
But there's not even a door there. Yeah.
Blocked the doorway. He must have just literally come with wrapping paper and tape.
I'm a chicken nugget. He's got that on.
He must have known that this is our first Christmas here.
So it was a very novel start. They taped up, or rather Santa taped up the doorway with papered it up in fact. That was to stop people from seeing what was going on behind, because there's there's presents there. I don't want people, and they don't have a door apparently on the living room door. I'm not quite sure the reason for this, but apparently it's not there anymore. And then eventually they were allowed into the room and they got cracking with opening the presents, as any kids do. But a couple of the things I wanted to point out. Oh my god.
Bells, jingle bells.
I got 3
3
prize.
prize. 3 prize.
I got these on. I got lemonade, blueberry, and ice pop.
What is with the Prime obsession? Oh my god. It's such an obsession that the child gets 3 bottles of Prime for Christmas. Giving your child bottles of a drink for Christmas is just wrong. I don't care what anybody says. It's like saying, right, okay, you want a bottle of water, right? Okay, so have you been good this year? Santa might have a few bottles in his sleigh that he can give you, okay? Now, I know you can't compare Prime to water, obviously, completely different drinks. One is a necessity, one is an obscenity, right? But on the other hand, you wouldn't give your child a drink for their Christmas no. I'm sorry, I'm putting my foot down. No, you just wouldn't, okay? Just don't do it. If you want her to have drinks, buy her a drink, right? But anyway, yeah, after the whole Santa leaving Prime out fiasco, then she gets drinks from Santa, you know. Then I spotted this, right, in one of the sacks was a huge tub of Celebrations chocolates. Now, who the hell is getting, which child is getting a full box of Celebrations, right? Apart from the cost fact, you know, it's like 4 or 5 quid, something like that. And it's just a huge box. Surely that would be a sharing thing. Please tell me you just dumped it in there by mistake. But that is just obscene. It's ridiculous. Anyway, the child that was receiving it happened to be Olivia, one of the elder children. But still, you wouldn't give them an entire tub full of Celebrations chocolates, I don't think. Anyway.
It's bonkers. Oh, it's so good. So good, guys. I love Christmas.
Does it freak anybody else out when Ben does this? He's there and he's staring at himself in the camera, saying, "Oh yeah, Ben, I'm lovely, aren't I? I'm Ben. Oh yeah." Does it freak anybody else out when he does that? It's like he's looking into my soul. Really. Especially when he goes quiet as well. It's like, you know he's looking at you. You know it. So next time he does that, remember, he does it a lot, not just at Christmas time, not just special occasions, all sorts of occasions.
These? Yeah, go on.
That's not yours, Zoe. That's Ben's. This is your one, Zoe. This is mine.
Who's this from?
That's the one you got like your Christmas.
Oh, is this my Christmas present that I chose?
It's from us. That's from yourself.
Love the way that that Ben says, "Oh, what's this? I didn't expect this. Oh, is that the one that I chose for myself? Okay then." Yeah. Now, this is what happens when everybody chooses their own presents and then you just wrap them up. You know, it's kind of, you know what's coming. It's not fun, really, is it?
There we go, guys. It's been amazing fun this morning.
Ben can't get his words
I
out.
can't get my words out this morning. It's been amazing fun this morning. We are about to get ready to go out and finish off Christmas afternoon together.
And boy, did they go out and they had fun at their Christmas dinner do, right? So I was a little bit disappointed that they didn't show it. So I don't know where they went, but, you know, it probably wasn't that cheap, let's be honest. There's like 12 of them and, you know, you're talking a few £100 at the very minimum. But Zoe wasn't happy at all. She posted onto her Facebook She said, "We did it! We pulled off another amazing Christmas morning!" These guys all had the most awesome time opening their presents yesterday, and watching them have so much fun makes all the hard work worth every single second. Of course, we wouldn't have been able to do it without the older ones' help, and quite frankly, impeccable organisational skills. Now, I have something to say about that, Zoe. Right, it should not be on your older kids to help get everything ready. Yes, it's nice for them to help, but if you insist on having so many children, that's on you, right? Allow the older kids to enjoy themselves as well, right? It's nice for them to help out, obviously, but at the end of the day, everything should be on your shoulders because you created the situation. She went on to say, "I would have posted this last night, but unfortunately poor baby Flo spent most of the evening being sick. She's a little better this morning, but is definitely not 100%. But then she had a right go, and she said, "Dinner out wasn't quite what we expected. In fact, it was awful. But the less said about that, the better. Probably a story for another day. The one thing I will say is that all the children were so well behaved considering everything that went wrong. We were so proud of them and how they handled the whole situation." So there's no details here as to exactly what went wrong, but let's just try and imagine for a second. It was something along the lines of the staff there were overworked and it was a little bit chaotic and they couldn't get everything out in time. There's a lot of people in the restaurant or wherever it was they ate, and it was very chaotic, as you can imagine it probably would be on that particular day. However, Zoe hasn't taken any of that into consideration. She has just thought, yeah, it wasn't great, was it? It was, we weren't treated very well. We should be treated the way we expect to be treated. However, what's actually happening here is that these staff have to come in on Christmas Day because they can't afford not to, in order to feed over entitled people like this who can't be asked cooking for themselves on Christmas Day. Am I right? Okay, so you can complain all that you like, but at the end of the day, these people, these staff are coming in on Christmas Day, which should be a day where they are celebrating with their families because they can't afford not to. Remember that, Zoe. They can't afford not to come in, and yet you can come in and afford to pay hundreds of pounds on a meal you don't actually have to have. You can actually cook at home if you wanted to, you just choose not to. So remember that. Yeah, that really riled me quite a lot, and I'm sure that's not the last time you'll be hearing from me about this situation. She went on to say, "In fact, Joseph did amazingly well for the whole day yesterday. We made sure he had plenty of time out of the chaoticness, but he coped very well. Christmas Day is always what you make it, and it doesn't have to look like everyone else's. It quite often doesn't turn out as planned, but what is important is that you don't dwell on the negatives, focus on all the positives and the fun that we had. And most importantly, we spent it together." That's incredibly true. However, you have just been here and complained about the bad situation that you had and how horrible it was, and not just that it was a little bit awkward or anything like that. You said it was awful, right? That's quite strong words in my opinions, but you know, you should make it Christmas as, you know, should make Christmas Day is how you make it, as you said. So yeah, the one thing I'm most proud of is that when things go wrong and in times of crisis, this family pull together in every way. No words needed. Okay, so I'm gonna need more context on this, right? Because I'm slagging you off. Maybe it could be something that was actually really bad that happened that I'm not aware of, and I should be aware of it, you know, because what you're saying here is in times of crisis. Now, it must have been something godforsaken bad that happened on that particular day to call it a crisis, right? Seriously, there are lots of crises in the world right now, and you going out for and having a bad dinner isn't generally regarded as a crisis, right? Yes, it's not ideal if you didn't enjoy yourself or if you had a bad dinner or whatever, right? But a crisis, I'm not entirely sure that's a correct term, but we'll stay tuned. Maybe you'll fill us in exactly what actually happened. So there we go. That was the Sullivan family Christmas adventures, and I hope you enjoyed reliving it with me through this. Yeah, please come back again for another video when you're ready, when you've calmed down through the excitement that's been had. Don't drink too much Prime because it could give you the runs. And until next time, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment all your thoughts about it down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Until next time, have a brilliant day, take care of yourselves, and bye bye.